Alright, so the reason that I joined the RWBYA, or what brought me to RWBYA, is I had just finished Volume 5, and I was kind of getting back into drawing, because there was a long period of time that I had stopped drawing, about a couple years, and I just got back into it, and I started drawing Ruby stuff, and I was like, I wonder if there's anything more, and I remember watching a video on a YouTuber channel, and they plugged Amino. And I was like, that's cool. Like a fandom, like basically it's just Facebook for fandoms, where everything you talk about is just that one fandom. I wonder if there's a Ruby one. And so, I downloaded the app, and I searched in Ruby, and I went for the one that had the most members in it. And I started posting my art there, and been there ever since. We're almost coming up on 1 whole year on here. So, yeah, it was like second week of March I joined. But yeah, that's how I came to Ruby Amino. Alright, so my response when I got featured for the first time, I had been like posting art and stuff like that, not really knowing how the featured stuff worked, but then one day I opened my app and I had gotten a text from one of the first people that like followed me and stuff. He is now one of like my like closest friends on here. Like his art is amazing. You might know him, Ironside Roger, on here. But he's helped me so much with my art, and I owe so much to him. But I remember getting a text from him saying, featured, featured, oh my gosh, featured. And I was like, what? And so then I open it up, and to see my drawing on that front page when you first open, like having it be the thumbnail for the Amino itself, it was amazing. I was kind of like geeking out about it. I was all like, oh my gosh, that's mine. It's on there. And then just seeing like all the people like it, it was very, very, I don't know, just very satisfying, and it kind of motivated me to want to draw more. So it drove me to want to make more posts for people and improve my art style and all that stuff. But yeah, it was, now for the time it was, I went back and looked for my posts, and it was March 13th, 2018. And it was a redraw of a scene in Volume 5 when Ruby uses her Silver Eyes for the second time. And so I dubbed the art piece Return of the Silver Eyes, and it is honestly one of my favorite ones I've done. Well, ever since I started really drawing, I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. I never really thought about making it something I want to pursue and make a main part of what I do in life, but I remember starting to draw again as a way to kind of just, I don't know, just get back into doing more than just kind of going with the flow of everything. I just felt like I wasn't having my hobbies anymore, and so it was kind of bringing back an old hobby. I was like, well, I used to draw, I used to do watercolor and all that stuff, so let's give it a go. And so I had just recently gotten into anime, and so watching anime and all that sort of stuff kind of um, inspired improving skills through observation of looking at other art styles also motivated me as well. But when I got into Ruby, let's just say Ruby was like the turning point. If Ruby wasn't a thing, I probably would not be drawing anymore. I probably would still not be drawing. So, just the inspiration that I've gotten from Ruby has inspired me to continue to improve my art and put works out there that people can enjoy and relate to, or if it like motivates them to draw, it creates a chain reaction. But yeah, when I first started back up into drawing, I was kind of wary of it, but then I will say that that one feature was the turning point. For a while, I was kind of down on myself, thinking, no one wants this stuff. Like, it's just like, no one would like it. And then once that feature post went up, it was like confidence boost. And seeing all the comments and all that sort of thing, it kind of was like, maybe this might be a thing I can do. And so just constantly working on improving and getting other stuff featured, it's helped a ton. It honestly has. So now, having that positive feedback on my art, because it was so hard to get your art out there on any media platform, really, but it was working on here, and it was getting noticed. And so then I started thinking more and working on my art more, and now it's to the point where I am going to be working on getting an art degree in college, and I want to become a storyboard artist or a concept artist, so maybe one day I can be part of something and bring to life an idea that could become a idea much like RWBY in the future for someone. And how much RWBY has helped me in my life, I would be able to help someone else with art and, like, being part of that. To other budding artists, I will say this. Recognition does not come overnight. I thought that it would at first, and the worst thing I could have done was think just because it does not immediately get attention of any form does not mean it's bad. It does not mean it's bad. It's all about, the thing with art is it's extremely subjective, because everyone has their own style. And the worst thing, next to being down on yourself because it doesn't get recognized right away, the worst thing that you can do is to compare yourself to other artists. If I am an artist just starting off, and I've maybe been drawing for a couple months or a couple years, and I look at someone who has been drawing for 20 plus years, and I look at their stuff compared to my stuff, and I say, well, man, their stuff, that's amazing. Mine looks like crap. But every artist was once a beginner. You don't see the years of mistakes, the redos, the rage quits, if you will, of art. You don't see that. You just see the finished product. Every art piece can be a struggle, even for someone who is technically a professional at it. You just don't see that. You just see the finished product. So just knowing that everyone makes mistakes. And not getting dragged down by those mistakes, but taking a break. It means like walking away from the drawing for a little bit, taking a walk, listen to some music, kind of get the creative juices flowing again, coming back to it, and just reworking it, or making improvements, tweaking a couple things, because sometimes it can seem like there's no salvaging it at all, but you could turn it into something even better. It's all about asking for help from, like, with Ironside Roger. He's helped me a ton with my art, because I've had a couple works that I was all like, something is wrong with this. I really want to, like, just start over. So I would ask him, what do you see? And he would give me a critique of it. And then taking that critique, or constructive criticism, pointers, tips, and tricks, if you will, and applying it to my art, and then remembering what I learned from him in my future works. That's how you improve as an artist. You take criticism And instead of saying, my art sucks, I give up, I'm just done. Instead of that, taking it and using it to drive your style forward. So that way, you make less mistakes. Doesn't mean you are out of the woods of making mistakes for the rest of your career, but it does make it a little easier to draw. The other thing, last part, the other most important thing you can do is to keep drawing. I know it's kind of keep drawing, but keep drawing, even if it's not getting recognition, it will. In some way, I know somebody who was trying to get their art out there, and for a while they were really discouraged, and they would have offers that would fall through. It wasn't working, but then, recently, someone picked up their art, and it exploded in popularity. So you never know when it's going to happen. You just have to stick with it. And in the words of Monty Oum, keep moving forward with your art. And that's what I have to say about that. Yeah. You're welcome, and thank you for even considering me to be interviewed. I'm honored. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was fun. And keep being awesome. I'll talk to you later.